Behold my chaos. Are we proud? We are. This is not its final form. Hello, dog. Hi, I'm Diana, and my channel is Make, Mend, Grow, because that's what I do. I make things, I mend what's broken, and I grow what I can. Today, I'm going to give you a winter garden tour. A lot of things are really in transition and not quite done, so hopefully you'll get to follow along with me on this journey. If you're interested with that kind of content, please like and subscribe. It really helps out the channel. And now, on with the tour. So, I've got here in my front yard is my attempt at a mostly native garden that is predominantly, but not completely, planted with Northwest native plants. There's some plants like this little crocus here. They're just so darn cheerful, I can't resist them. But we've got things like this mock orange, we've got wild strawberries, and I'm not sure what flower this is, but I don't remember its name. It's a native. Got this little succulent, Oregon grape, rhododendron, and the idea here is, as much as possible, I'm trying to recreate a forest floor, which is why I'm really leaning heavily into the leaf mulch here. This is a blue-eyed flax, more happy little crocuses. I love crocuses. Here's a little lily. I'm not quite sure what it is. I'll probably look it up when it next blooms. Nice thing about leaning into the chaos gardening is when something happens, like a daffodil randomly shows up under your rhododendron tree, you just roll with it. It's no big deal. Rhododendron bush, not tree. Oh well. Got another mock orange, some azaleas. Got a tall Oregon grape here, as well as a low, both of which are doing super well. This kind of rock pool cascade thing came with the house when we got it, and I guess the original owner thought it would be cool, but right now it's just in the way of my planting space. So this year I'm thinking I'm going to relocate these rocks and actually put stuff here to grow things besides rocks and ground cover. Eventually, as the azaleas here die out, like there's a patch there and one up there, I'm going to replace them with more edible plants. Got this volunteer sword fern. This one volunteered here too, but it's not doing too well. Got a columbine that I transplanted, another wildflower, some common sulphio, which is both edible and medicinal. Most of the plants back here that I planted grow food, though not necessarily for humans. This is a common snowberry, which grows lovely white berries that the animals really love. We've got a huckleberry that hasn't given me fruit yet, but I'm hoping will soon. Got an open patch here that I'm hoping to put an oso berry or service berry, or maybe both here. And plantain. So you can see better from this angle. Got a little rock garden that has been really successful the past few years. The plantain and probably some other stuff came from a wildflower seed packet that I scattered right in this area last year. And this year I want to introduce Inca berry and ground cherry, which are both North American native plants and edible for both animals and humans. Alright, oh, and over here is my bulb and Oregon grape area. Daffodils are my absolute favorite flower, so as far as I'm concerned, no garden is complete without them. It's not spring without daffodils, even though it's winter. Oh, got another native plant here, miniature wild iris, which On the looks of things, they are doing so well, I need to dig them up and plant them in more places. All right, to the backyard. I had a sign that said, "Beware of idiot boarhound." I would have gotten that instead. Ah, hello, idiot boarhound. A Kona dog. All right. Down here, I've introduced some flax, wood violet, another mock orange, and low Oregon grape. I'm hoping that they take here, and because most of the area right here along the side of the house, it gets good sun. In the summer, it does not get any water at all. Because everything just dries out. But as you can see, got a nice layer of mulch here. I am hoping that if I can get the right kind of plants and encourage them, that things like the wood violet and the common allheal will survive during the summer. Got a set of raised beds that do get watered through drip irrigation. Previous years I've grown leeks and tomatoes here, and they were very successful. Right now not a lot is growing. I've stuck some peas in there and they should be sprouting for too long. You'll see garlic growing up everywhere because I might have gone a little overboard with the garlic this year. These seed trays are my attempt at red huckleberry, evergreen huckleberry, and salal seeds, but so far nobody has come up. I haven't quite given up hope, but it's seeming unlikely, which is a bummer. Here are my compost bins, which I do not really recommend this kind of compost system. I got it because rats were getting into my old one, and well, they keep the rats out, but having them this low to the ground makes it really difficult to get the compost out. All right, we have reached the backyard. Behold my chaos. It looks kind of like a bomb hit it, and all I can say is that this is not its final form. Now, a little bit of explanation is in order here. Last year, I covered about 3/4 of the lawn with wood chips. The parts that I left uncovered were mostly a couple of clover patches, because I want more of a clover lawn, and I'll show you what I mean here. In fact, I want more of a meadow lawn. Part of my journey has been discovering food forests and chaos gardening and permaculture, and learning that a lot of what I've been doing instinctively really aligns with all of those things. So what I'm hoping to do here is, I'm not really eradicate the grass, but introduce other things into the lawn along with it. So I went and got some other weeds, notably edible ones, and I've been putting things like the wood violet and plantain, dead nettle, and other plants in here. So you can see that there's some cardboard here, which I put down to towards the end of November or October to kill off some of the grass. And then what I'm doing is introducing new plants into this space, so that as the grass reasserts itself, it will have to compete with all these other plants that are already getting established in here. And over here, got some clover that is still kind of waking up. Got a clover patch here that is super happy and definitely waking up. Fun fact, clover is edible, as is the dead nettle, and I'm 90% sure that this guy's a wild carrot, and the dock, and a lot of other things that I have going on in this lawn. So I don't know if an edible lawn is a food forest, but I'm kind of counting it has that. At the very least, it's meadowscaping for sure. And I'm also trying to form some permaculture guilds. Right now, I have made a few piles, like at the base of this rhododendron bush, and over the base of that maple tree, and over there as the beginning of what will hopefully be raised permaculture beds with some perennial plants in them. But over here, what has been the mostly annual beds up until recently. So this bed has been established for a few years. It is got a lot of nice soil in it. Recently I planted some leeks, mustard, a few other things. Everywhere you see a toilet paper roll, this is my attempt at blanching leeks that have overwintered. We'll see how that goes. This bed is a 4x8 bed that until recently was a 4 foot by 4 foot bed that went over to about here. Both of these are serviced with drip irrigation. The yard is mostly serviced with spray irrigation, and the back wall has some drip irrigation as well. A few days ago I put in some mustard, lettuces, and onions into this bed. We'll see how it goes. This side of the bed, this 4 foot by 4 foot square, is full of wonderful, mature, nutritious, very fertile soil that I've been adding mulch and compost to for years. And then there's this, which has at the bottom of it some branches and the remains of the old 4 foot by 4 foot wooden raised bed, a layer of compost, and then a layer of dirt on top of that. So I really have no idea if the shallots and onions and radishes and other stuff that I have planted in here will grow at all. We'll find out together, won't we? I've got a grow bag that may still have some potatoes in it. There and there. You might wonder why I have these things randomly scattered around my lawn. It's mostly to make dead spots in my grass, because when I move these off, there will be a dead spot where I can plant more non-grass things to add more diversity to the lawn. The sticks are going to be a future project, or possibly toys for my son. They keep disappearing. Let's make a fort or something. This I have grown herbs in before. Got some garlic chives that I thought had died and are coming back. Planted some cilantro here, but I think that the squirrels dug them up, little boogers. Now this is going to be a really interesting bed. I planted a bunch of mixed lettuce in it last year and let some of them go to seed. This year I planted a few spinach seedlings. I don't know if they're actually still in there or not. The squirrels have really had their way with this bed, but I noticed a lot of stuff is coming up, so I'm really excited to see what from last year might come up from seeds that were just left. All right, over here we got a couple seedling trays, getting those seedlings some full sunlight, and got stuff around here to keep the dog from knocking them over. Here is a closer look at what I'm hoping will be a permaculture mound this year, but if not this year, then next. The thing is doing its level best to decompose on in here, and I don't know if you can see the worms in there that are having the time of their life. Anyway, keep on decomposing you. And let's go over onto this side of the world. And of course, dog got pooped because she's a dog. This is my partial shade section with another volunteer sword fern. And I'm hoping that this maple tree will become the keystone of another guild in the backyard. I eventually want this bed to come out and kind of be around here a little bit, but I think kind of see how it develops. Around the bottom here, it has some strawberry already growing. Eventually I'm going to take these rocks out, and just to give things more room. Got some bulbs back here, rhubarb, asparagus somewhere in there, snapdragon that is about 3 years old. It never got the memo that it's supposed to be an annual. This is a very healthy grape that I'm pretty sure is a male grape. It has given me flowers but no fruit ever. So at some point I'm going to dig it up and give it away. Back here is my herb garden. And we've got sage that hopefully made it through the winter. I'm not sure. I've actually planted some radishes and other things in here that will hopefully come up. Looks like the garlic is coming up already. Oregano that is overwintered twice now, so it's about 3 years old. Thyme and rosemary. I'm hoping to spread all of these throughout the garden, both so that I have more herbs and also to take advantage of their pest deterrent capabilities. Here I've got a couple of blueberries, one early season, one mid-season. Blueberries like acidic soil, which is why they are mulched in pine needles here. Here I have a tea plant, and on either side of it I put in some radish seeds, as well as some arugula and leek, none of which is coming up right now. We'll see if anything actually survived. As soon as I planted these things, the squirrels came and dug them right up. So who knows? Who knows what we'll find? Okay, this is why we call it chaos gardening. This is a little tea plant that I bought a few years ago, and it is surviving but not thriving. I don't know if I think that this little leaf here is the only new leaf that is ever put on. It has not gotten any bigger over the past few years, which is a bummer. But it's still alive, so I'll keep it around. This is where I had a clematis that I moved it. I haven't decided what I'm going to put here yet. Just for the time being, I put a couple of peas. I planted a couple of pea seeds there so that they can climb the trellis. My plan is to have at least one, maybe two espaliate apple trees along here. I haven't quite decided where the best place to put them is, which is why there's still whole there, because I might need to rearrange some of the rest of this. Here is where I'm hoping to put some raspberries, and that'll be really fun. I had a raspberry there, but it died. Alright, now we're coming around to the very shady side of the house. Here it's hard to get things to grow. I've got some bulbs, a thorny volunteer that I don't know what it is, another thorny volunteer, a couple of volunteer hollies, and this, not too long ago, I added an Oregon grape there and there, and blue-eyed flax down there. This looks like it might be a columbine. So hopefully we get some more planting, some more growing back here. I mentioned my son was making a fort with the sticks. Here is his fort. I think the sticks are meant to be cannons. I'm not positive. Anyway, this is the full shade side of my house. Well, this part is partial sun. This is more like clematis is, where it should be happy here. But down here, haven't gotten much to grow except weeds. So I'm trying to find some shade-loving food plants. Right now, I've got this common self-heal, which is happy here. Occasionally, that's occasionally wood violets, but we'll keep experimenting, because if weeds will grow here, then maybe we can get salal or something else. I've planted wild ginger, and I'm planning to plant some burdock here too, but well, we'll see what happens. That's why it is a journey rather than a plan. Well, that's it. I hope you enjoyed my garden tour, and that you'll like and subscribe to find out how my garden evolves and changes as I go on this journey and I make, mend, and grow. Have a good one, everyone. Bye now.